wrong. Everybody was wrong. Tari Eason is the player to be developing and focusing on, not Jabari Smith. Jabari Smith Jabari looks like a hooper.
Right.
He don't move like one, and he don't act like one.
I think
he acts like a bench player. He acts like a guy who doesn't believe
that's his pop.
That good. Hey,
you know what's funny? I was watching. Hold on, you saying that Jabari not an alpha? Like what you saying?
No. I'm saying he don't believe in himself.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all why. This is my opinion on parenting and how you can see parenting in real time, right? I don't know if y'all follow Mama Eason. Mama Eason is one of the most vibrant and electric and open parents on Twitter at the end of the day. Literally goes back and forth with all fan bases, adds coaches, players. Jabari Smith daddy did the Brandon Roy role, so to say, where he didn't make himself in the forefront. You don't hear from him. He incognito at games at the end of the day, and just, you know what I'm saying, molded his son to who he gonna be, not in a bad way, but what I'm saying in the sense is Jabari, y'all know who Jabari Smith Sr. was, right? Y'all ever remember his career and his stats and everything, or just seeing him number 55 for the Nets? Like, he was a role player in a guys 6 through 12 on teams. So I can see why he would be able to help his son be that at the floor, because I always said this is why I wanted Barry. This is my point, because he had the highest floor. Because I think that was his floor the whole time at the end of the day, to be a starting level bench player if he ends up got 6 or 7.
And my issue is people.
Because I don't give a fuck where you drafted at when you're constructing the team. That's me.
Personality needs to bleed in more with his on-court personality, because on the court he's so calm, but off the court he is niggerish. When I say niggerish, he is an ATL.
He just needs his confidence.
And my thing about it is, people compare him to guys to guys like Rashard Lewis and
played like
LaMarcus Aldridge. The thing about those guys, the LaMarcus Aldridge, the Rashad Hunter, type of tall, catch and shoot, bro, these guys are aggressive. When they get in the game, to get buckets. And they're like, he don't have that. Y'all know y'all hoopers, bro. Some people, when they come in the game, they about to turn it up flat out.
Jabari got feel, though.
He just don't have that. He don't have that.
He got feel, but he can put it on the floor too. I don't know what it is. He got game. It's just his nuts need to drop, bro. He got. I don't know. He lacks confidence in that, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's why I say it's confidence, man, because he don't want to do that, and then it's not a successful possession, and I could have passed the ball, and then we got a better shot, if that makes sense. So he'll rather, all right, here, y'all do it, instead of him just saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to. Because he can. He scored 40 in the NBA game already, so it ain't like
that's what I'm saying. You see, it has to be consistent, though.
I just need him consistently to get 17. That's what I want him at. I don't give a fuck about 40. I'm going to go 17 every night and score 41 times. That's me.
Young guys, all these young guys got somewhat of a clean slate right now because the Jalen Green project is over. I feel like the Jalen Green project is holding everybody back, and so now we no excuse. We get to see who everybody really is now. And if you bullshitting, then you was a bullshitter the whole fucking time.
Bingo, because they all been inconsistent.
I'm starting Easton, so I'm starting Jabari. I'm starting Easton.
Hey, man, everybody been starting Jabari.
I think they'll start Jabari to get him to replace Dylan for what he provided to the starting lineup.
Yeah,
I like that. I want to see him run the offense through Sengun. Sengun's a good passer out the high post.
Man, they do, but he holds the ball too long, bro.
If those guys cutting and screening and ball screening, and
he holds the ball too. He needs to be. Okay, y'all remember how Gasol and the other good passers from the post knew when they was passing it or knew when they was attacking, so to say, and then you could tell when they was reading to react? He need to, all right, first play, I'm getting in the post, somebody cut, we already know I'm kicking it to you because he ain't going to be ready for the back door cut. Got my assist out the way. Boom. Next play, I already know I'm going to put my shoulder in his chest and go to the short hook. All his shit is 5, 6, 7 moves, then do some shit, and then the shot clock gone. Like, nigga, you got to get the ball with some assurance, and bam, this is what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I don't know if that don't make sense.
I know what you mean, but I think to start all of our games, we were force feeding Jalen, and that's my reason. Man, a lot of them games, like the first 4 or 5 shots, they would try to feed Jalen to get him going, and after that, everybody else would get into a rhythm. So, like, that's what I saw a lot of the games when I watched and some of the games that I went to. And to me, it kind of took away from everybody. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Jalen being gone, he was kind of seen as a black hole. I remember the last press conference where Justin Gatlin asked a question and Raphael Stone kind of answered. And Ime was kind of like smirking and like making eye contact with Jackson Gatlin. But it was telling because he said, yeah, y'all guys have looked at all this data about Jalen, but we can make the data say whatever we want to. You know, y'all guys don't have the data that we have, and then boom, got traded. Like I like you said, man, everybody kind of knew this was coming. So I'm hoping now we'll get to see the floor open up more.
Yeah, because he's my favorite player on the team right now, and I ain't got no excuses for him because if you want to be the playmaker and make more plays, and they depending on you in ISO situations, Joker and Sabonis making that shit look easy.
I think it's time for him to earn his money now.
That's my point.
And it's like
but the whole
saw Rick Carlisle get it done in Indiana, right?
I just made these exact same point.
What you said?
I just made these exact.
Yeah, he said he ain't gonna do it.
Oh yeah. Well, let me finish my take. I think because now, I mean, y'all got kids like Whitmore who's capable of giving another team 17 to 20 points on the like. If he was on the Pistons right now, he would actually be getting a lot of Tobias Harris shots. I'm talking Cam Whitmore. Like he would be a featured player on the Pistons right now on a playoff team. Cam Whitmore would, you know. So my point is, y'all got kids like that who's not even getting critical minutes, and it's like, okay, y'all got enough in the pot to make some gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out how to do this. And that's
but the whole thing is who. And again, Ime has been very successful. Who is going to go to Ime and say, you know what, man, you need to get an offense to somebody else. We need a whole new offense. Because that's what they need. They need a motion offense. A tradition, not that 5-out. They need some new traditional motion concepts. Not that 5-out.
I mean, with them slashers, they should be running motion anyway.
I mean, they really should, because they got so many guys that can go and get a bucket. If you get
for sure. No, you get them guys, Easton and that twin, they get them moving and let's say going high post, dumping, catching guys, cutting, dunkers, fly. Like, y'all got some shit. Matter of fact,
and I'm not disputing that, but in the playoffs, when we did that with Segoud, the Warriors literally sagged off that nigga, and instead of him either saying, all right, I'm going to attack.
That's the one thing I don't like.
The ball at the free throw line, it look crazy as hell.
That's the one thing I don't like about him. When he catch a high post, he like to do this, like his pump is
That's what I'm saying. He don't know what he want to do, but you have to premeditate playing basketball.
I know people want him in that high post, but to me, I really would rather, and it's just me, I think you need to go DHO with him and the KD, but listen to that twin. I want that twin going downhill. And the same way Jason Tatum had to learn how to make that pass on the move, make that boy learn how to make a decision. Yeah, it's going to be rough in the beginning. He's going to turn the ball over. But get him used to attacking that basket and making the right decision. And he failed at it against Golden State. The potential was there.
I think he's going to be better in the high post next year. Like, if you watch this was the year he actually wasn't good in the high post. This was the first year in his career. I ain't going to say he wasn't good, but he looked like...
Yeah, he regressed.
Because his first 2 years in the league, if you watch him, he was better. He even catch and shoot threes a little better, like after pick and pop. He was a good shot. I think he got stronger, though. He started lifting weights this summer. He picked up some weight. And that affected his game a little bit, so he had to change his game. And they were playing he played a lot of summer basketball too, so he didn't really get the chance to, fine tune his offense like that. That's why he was good defensively last year and kind of played a little more tougher. So I think this summer he's gonna retool some of them skills a little bit and get it.
Wait a minute, are y'all saying y'all like the soft Sengun more than the Sengun y'all just saw?
No, that's just an example of how Steven Snyder's offense was more free flowing coming from the Warriors, so it made Sengun look better in the high post instead of with Ime, he just standing in the high post looking at everybody.
I think Sengun. I just think he had a summer where he couldn't really just get in the gym and fine tune his offense the way he was. He's playing basketball. Like,
it was decision making too.
Guys that play a lot of summer basketball coming into the next season. A lot of guys that come into the next season after they play a lot of basketball playing basketball at that level, bro, it really affects your body. Like, we watching this shit, we think these niggas just running around. These niggas are putting real energy and miles on their body. So, like, it's no wonder Drew Holiday go from looking like an all-time defender.
He old, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, these
that
like,
nigga old, bro.
I mean, it's kind of crazy with, like you said, people just don't watch the games because, and y'all know in our little chat, bro, I've been saying, Drew Holiday out there getting abused. He was getting abused the whole season. So it didn't shock me. He old, but also think, bro. And another thing too is this Mamba mentality stuff, bro. These guys got to rest.
What it do, fellas?
Man, what them two Canadians do after this shit? Nigga, they went to the finals hitting big shots.
No, for sure, but they young though.
Dylan Brooks had his highest 3-point percentage ever after playing international ball.
No, I'm not.
Jokic had his best numbers ever after playing international ball.
I'm saying
old y'all talking about.
Yeah, I think the older guys got to rest, man. You got to
them old niggas and Goon need to be hit mid-range shot, attack the basket, get the foul, kick it for the three, nigga.
The reason I brought up his situation was because you gotta get in the gym. Like you still gotta be able to get in the gym.
What's that in the time?
When you lifting weights, like when you get stronger and lifting weights, that's gonna change your game. You have to you have to counteract that by being in the gym and fine tuning your offense and your skills so that you can adjust to that strength and strength you get.
I think he was doing that, bro. That's what I'm saying. I think he was doing that more with his European team than he was doing it with us. I think he finds to work with everybody.
I think people are being too hard. I loved Sengun in the playoffs. I thought he was very aggressive. I thought he was rebounding the ball. He also was punking Draymond. Like,
Draymond the best defender in the league.
He really showed, bro, I'm tough, I'm built for this.
Yeah.
So now, I think it was Wolf who just said it. Okay, now let's get some of that skill stuff back in. Let's get some of that passing that you were doing. Let's get some of that going. But I think he did have to go out there and prove not only to other people but to himself.
Yeah, I think to himself.
Like I'm built for this. Like I'm hard enough for this.
1,000.
At the end of the day, now
shoot the mid-range shot.
Also, at the end of the day, let's just be honest with how the NBA works. Till you prove it, you're not gonna get them whistles, bro. There's a lot of whistles that Sengun wasn't getting on because they were used to him not going as hard and playing through contact. Now that he playing through that contact and on them rough and free ass, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? He fouling the fuck up. Y'all see what's going on there? He gonna get them whistles now, bro.
That's a great point.
I think that's a fair assumption.
That's a fair assumption. Point, I do think
said that earlier. He making them play through contact now. Them niggas was hoes. If y'all watch the first 2 years of the Rockets with Christopher, Ty, nigga, our team was hoes. It was a video going around with JG humping the backup to him. Like, we literally was
on our team.
I watched every game when we won 14 games 2 years in a row. I don't think y'all was watching every game.
Yeah, I got me tripping. I forgot that there was a video.
Yeah, I think that was right.
Tyler Hero, white ass across that flow. You know how happy I was, bro.
That warmed my heart, man. Hey, man, I love that shit. I love my crash shot Rockets, man.
Ben said if Jalen Green did not take the nails off his paint, Ime wasn't going to fuck with him, bro. Wolf, you know African niggas, bro. You know how them niggas is. Them niggas not on that type shit, bro. Them niggas is stiff, tough ass, mean, stern. There ain't no African nigga about to let no person he fuck with that nail polish and shit, my nigga. We was a prima donna ass team, and we turning in. That's why I want him to hit the mid ranges. That's why I'm so big on mid range. We gonna play this style of ball, bro. Them niggas in the '90s was hitting the mid range and they free throws at the end of the day.
We got to turn.
Well, so I'm glad you brought that up because that I think again, if you look at the two mid-range, so both of those teams are mid-range teams, Indiana and OKC, right? Like there were defensive teams. I think they took 23s, like less than 23s on both teams for multiple games in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So these are teams that like to thrive playing like traditional mid-range basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I hope the rest of the league kind of gets back to playing.
Well, even if you look at what JB did with the Pistons, I mean,
that's true.
He took Cade and he paid. Like, take these 15-foot shots, man. This is what we're living. And it changed the whole team, whole season.
That's true.
My whole thing with Ime, it's just him and that 5-out shit is like, it got to change. It got to change. You don't have the team for it. You don't have the team for it. It got to change.
Listen, man, I want to talk about this real quick because I got y'all in here.
Okay.
Fucking Spurs, bro. Like, dog.
Yeah. Great draft. Elite draft.
Yeah. I don't even know. Like, honestly, I thought about this before the draft even happened yesterday. So you mean to tell me they get to have Steven Castle and fucking Dylan Harper and Wemby?
I mean, the whole thing is this. I'm gonna try to put it as simple as possible. They can run whatever they want because when you got three guys that are what you call dribble, pass, and shoot. I'm talking about can attack the basket, can break it down, can make a decision on the dime. They got three guys.
Castle, Fox, and
Harper. And not to mention CC.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be their problem. What's gonna be their problem early? You know what I'm saying? They up's gonna be as high as anything. But what's gonna be a problem early is gonna be spacing. They're gonna have to spend an ample amount of time figuring out the spacing, especially on the back cut when you have both of your best players on the same side. You're gonna have to be running something behind that as a counter. And a lot of those guys got the same skill set. They're gonna have to figure it out. Like, yo, when is my time to cut? When is my time to slide to the corner? It's just gonna be spacing that you only gonna get that through repetition.
And that's why I say the coaches got to do that shit, Tang. If you could tell this nigga, hey, this possession, we gonna swing it at him on the wing after the screen. If you got the drive, go. If not, swing it back. We doing this back screen for the other nigga who can do what you do to go to the other side of the court. So if we swing it back around, now it's your turn off a pass and a closeout instead of everybody just sitting there watching.
Bro, this is whoever's saying that, that's exactly what they need to do. And don't just do it like that, but run it wide. I'm talking hash them wide. Like, spread them out.
Yeah, we call it off ball. We call it off ball action. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of times be the assisted bingo. You look where all your assists come, a lot of that shit come from off ball action, bro. Usually we know when plays be ran.
Yeah, they don't understand it's a play. They think we just doing that shit. That's my whole point.
Yeah, but my whole point of what you're saying is with them three guys, and it's gonna be similar to what Oklahoma do, but it can even be even better in terms of just the one-on-one ability. Because De'Aaron Fox is one of the most efficient driving scorers in the game. Dylan Harper, I mean, if y'all think Oliver and these other point guards can drive, wait till y'all see this boy drive. I know some of y'all probably seen him already. And then Fox is a supreme athlete. And so not Fox, Castle is a supreme athlete. So you got three guys. If I put them
and out he's the best decision maker out the three.
And he's a fantastic decision maker.
Out the three. That's the crazy part about it. He the best point guard out of them niggas because of the UConn and everything that, you know what I'm saying? But that's the crazy part because Fox, he really a combo guard, bro. He grew up playing on team.
I think Harper the better.
I think Harper the better point guard. I think Fox is the more natural point guard.
He's a great passer.
Bro. He's a great passer for sure. Because Harper's ability to navigate like double teams and like traffic, from a dribbling perspective, is unusual for his age.
No, I agree. I just think
he handles the ball with a lot of composure.
That's what I was saying. I'm not saying that Harper can't go one-on-one or create better. I think Castle just runs the offense better than just like SGA created better than CP3, but CP3 is the point guard. I'm gonna set you up so you could do that at the end of the day.
Wait, you think? Oh, I want to. Let's take a step back. You think SJ creates shot opportunities for teammates better than Chris Paul?
No, I said it the other way around.
No. He's saying create just individually. Period.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I think Castle just puts the offense where it need to be better. That's what I look at point guard. I don't look at point guard as somebody that has John Stockton, Chris Paul. I don't look at it as a one-size-fit-all. I just think it's the person who can run the offense the best. If it's sitting in the corner this game, cool. If it's having to score 50 this game, like, I don't look at point guard as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Castle has a high basketball IQ. He's a great decision maker. I hope he's not relying on playing point guard. Because even though I know he want to play point guard, but I hope he not, because I don't see him beating out Dylan Harper for that ball.
I think you got to run it through Harper.
Like Dylan Harper just too good with the ball.
He's too damn good with the basketball. Harper, I think Castle, his athletic, he's more Dwayne Wade to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a Dwayne Wade type of lead guard. It's like the athletic
way better than Wade. Way.
I don't know about Wade.
I mean, Wade was in the playoffs as a point guard as a rookie.
Yeah, I don't know about Wade better.
And actually, outplayed Baron Davis too.
Yeah, I think he's better. That's just me. I think Castle better than point guard.
I mean, he's high IQ. He's definitely high IQ in terms of understanding offense he plays.
And I do
have to be intelligent to play in that offense.
Coming out of that,
I think him winning them 2 natties is just gonna help him. Just like I thought about Tony Parker coming out. Even Luka, I think certain people with certain shit that they did is going to help them just be the players they are at the end of the day. Because I think if Dylan Harper would have stayed in college one more year, because he didn't play last year, go to the tournament, maybe make a run, you're going to be a different player coming out of college at the end of the day. In my opinion, I think those moments still matter.
Castle's biggest advantage against anybody, and he has I compared him to Jaylen Brown a little bit. Like, now he's a better decision maker, but he can impose his will physically on anybody, any matchup, bro. He's way bigger than everybody else. Like, his ability to just impose his will physically on his matchup, bro, that's his true advantage. Like,
I think that's also
like a Penny Hardaway effect, so to say.
I think there's also an issue with Castle and Harper. I don't think people are catching on to. Like, Harper's bigger than Castle. Right. Like, I think, people keep talking about this, Harper's a bigger guard. He's slightly taller and he weighs more. So I think the college camera is kind of, distorting people.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how tall and strong Harper is.
Yeah, Harper's a bigger player than Castle is.
Castle is 6'5" with shoes on.
Harper has an NBA Matty Ray body.
Right, exactly.
Dad was in the league.
What the fuck is wingspan again? Wait, it was
6'10" and a half.
Yeah, crazy, dog.
Yeah, he's bigger than Castle. So that's what I'm saying. So when you see him on the court, when we see him on the NBA court, people are going to be very shocked at how big that team is.
How long I think it is till Spurs ship De'Aaron Fox?
Great question. We were talking yesterday. I think it depends on how it goes.
Yeah,
I think it depends on how it goes.
How long are they going to expect Harper to come off the bench?
De'Aaron, you're going to enjoy Brooklyn. You're going to love it there.
You can
love it.
Wemby need to be the fucking center instead of a shooting guard. That's the problem. Get your
Well, so now you bring up the critical point. Now you bring up the critical point.
That nigga taking KD for real. We can talk about
you can motion out by the 3-point line in the flow of the offense, but hey, when we dribble the ball down the court, you got to start on the block, nigga. So all our cold people on the floor.
It's the thing, though. Right after we have a situation, like De'Aaron Fox is gonna be fine right now because he has the most experience in the league. He's gonna be and so like it's gonna be some competition. It's gonna be a lot of smoke at that spot, the 1 and 2 spots. So it's gonna come down to really Castle and Harper right now. You know what I mean? Not Harper, but Castle has to be smart right now.
I think you're right. I think Castle has the most pressure on him, to be honest with you.
I think it's really gonna come down to one, what their short-term goal is, what their long-term goal is. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to keep a team together, it's really on the coach to get people to buy in. Now the problem with buying in the problem with buying in when you're a young player with crazy potential, your development gets slowed up.
Most of your so I want to say this. We're all wrong here. Right is actually closer to correct here. De'Aaron has not been paid.
Nope.
He been paid.
They can flip him for some crazy shit.
He has 1 year left with $37 million on his deal.
I mean, the whole thing is it's going to be about Castle. If Castle is okay with playing more of a role player role, the team role, then Fox might be able to stay. I'm telling you right now,
that's up to Castle. Ain't up to them though, y'all. But
bro, if they pay Fox, how y'all know he don't give a fuck about playing the backseat role? We don't know how.
Young boys is gonna get him here.
Listen, honestly though, y'all know the NBA.
I'm with D Fox. Fox in the middle of his
I know, but he's playing.
Y'all know the NBA.
How many times?
was next to much right now.
How many times do we have to see De'Aaron Fox get moved off the spot?
We're huge De'Aaron Fox fans here. I want to clarify.
The whole
everybody here are like,
but the reality is this.
I mean, we went off
Somebody who did shit better than him.
But the thing about it is, it's just a.
What if he don't pan out? It ain't no fact that Dylan Harper don't pan out, man. That's my favorite prospect.
He don't pan out.
I'm saying that's my favorite prospect in the draft. Y'all can't just write off De'Aaron.
De'Aaron Fox. How many times have we seen De'Aaron Fox get moved out of his spot? Do y'all not remember Blake Monk taking his spot? He was a better player. Do y'all not remember?
I just told you he's a combo guard.
Do you not remember Sabonis taking him off the ball and him being cool with it? You said it.
I just said he's a combo guard. He's not a point guard.
He's getting right off the ball.
I never said he was the point guard on the team.
He's not going to get one or two. He's getting right off the block.
You can run a 3 guard set. You can run a 3 guard set.
I'll say this. I think
So then what you do is
Wemby is 7.
So if you run a 3-guard set, what do you do with Devin Vassell? What do you do with Keldon Johnson?
Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson on the great block. They can't wait to get rid of
I ain't gonna care. Boston won championship like that.
you compare De'Aaron Fox to Keldon Johnson.
What do you do with those players? Because
y'all really be missing shit, bro. They gon' listen. The front office gonna tell y'all who the man is. They gonna tell y'all who is.
We don't even know who the man is.
You gonna get prioritized? No, you don't.
Who you think Wemby on the call as soon as he got drafted? He caught that perfect. They know who the man is.
I just want to wait.
They gonna watch these niggas play. They're not gonna
in the air.
I just want to add some variables here.
My bad, y'all.
For people who don't know, De'Aaron is in the last year of a 5-year deal.
Vassell got 3 years, I think, 4 years.
Vassell's already signed his extension. He's on the. They got a.
That is a tradable contract.
I'm just trying to add some variables here.
I would let we get off of Vassell. I think we leave Keldon Johnson. We leave him in the dust.
Right. Yeah, I think we already know.
Trying to get off of Keldon Johnson for the last 3 years.
I think we already know that Johnson. I don't think Johnson is definitely on the. Like, he has 2 years and 17. That's a very attractive contract. Honestly, we would love him on the Pistons. I know why to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But my point is,
man, the Spurs, man.
Him and De'Aaron is about to be out of here.
They in a position to sign.
Yeah, I think the whole thing, whether it's gonna work, is gonna determine. Like Stephon Castle's mentality is going to determine how the Spurs go. If he's okay with the fact,
we're not trading him.
Yeah, my point is, if he's okay with the fact that Harper is going to be better than him, which he will be. I know people I'm telling y'all, Harper is better than him. If
You talking about Castle?
yeah,
he was better.
Castle, bro. You got to think Castle did multiple years in college, so he's a team player.
He did 1 year. I believe he did 1 year at UConn, but that's not the point. The point
Wait, he wasn't there for the back-to-back?
No, he wasn't. But that's not.
Oh, okay, my
We
fault.
watched college and
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that when you look at the way the league is going and you look at what guards is dominating the game, Dylan Harper does all the stuff that, like Halliburton drive the paint. Dylan Harper's a better driver. Finishing at the rim within 10 feet. Shea and Jada. Harper is the best finisher at the rim. They come out.
You saying project?
No.
he's talking about historically at the college level.
No.
He finished like 66% of
I'm
his
talking about
finishes at
what
the
he was
basket.
able to do.
Yeah,
He's the best finisher at the rim.
Yeah, I'm saying as far as the NBA though, you saying project?
No. We're just going on what he did.
Okay. For
He had better numbers than guys like Harden.
Listen, and I hate to do this because he's my guy and he's an MVP. But I'm
Y'all
going to say
about
this. For everybody who loved Cade,
And I think Cade gonna be MVP in 2 years.
Go look at what Cade was able to do, and then go compare it to what Harper was able to do. I think it's going to shock you.
Yeah, they're the same size.
Like Harper is better than y'all think.
Nah, Cade taller than Harper, huh?
They're the same size.
They're the same size.
Well, how tall is Harper?
He's 6'6". He's 6'6". He's 6'6".
I thought Cade was 6'8".
I thought Cade was like 6'8".
First of all, this is what's missing anyway. The two niggas shouldn't even be brought up against. Their game is totally different. Council fits. He fits with him because he's an all-star player.
Whoever said that? Whoever said this?
What are we doing?
That's
All the niggas is combo guards. Y'all not listening. I literally just all these combo guards.
Dylan is a third generation.
Three guards. I don't understand why y'all gonna break
That's what I'm saying. Harper, Castle. If you remember, Castle came in.
Combo guard.
Just let me finish. Castle came in.
Man, Dylan Harper could play off the ball, bro. Y'all
He don't need to.
That's not his game.
The point I'm trying to make, fellas, is
You can say the same shit about
Castle.
Castle shouldn't be on the ball.
Just let me finish, fellas. And I think Tane was about to say it. Dylan is more of a natural point guard than any of these guys we just named. Cade, Castle. Dylan is a real point guard. He's an actual point guard.
I was going to say, I just came into the space saying Harper should be a combo guard is egregious. He needs to be a point guard.
Yeah,
That's it. Strictly it. Point guard.
And I know we in this new NBA where all these guys don't really play point guard. Like, Dylan Harper is more of a point guard than anybody y'all talking about.
Right.
Anybody. In terms of his dribbling, in terms of his...
I gotta see.
Cade is our guy.
Whoever said that, I will say this.
Yeah.
Go watch the Texas A&M game. Watch him break the entire press by himself.
Bro,
By himself.
I'm not disagreeing. He my favorite prospect in the draft. I said that 4 times. I could say the same shit about Castle on his back-to-back man.
He was dribbling.
You want me to name the game Castle playing point guard?
But Dylan Harper didn't even play with the level of a Gonzaga.
Wait, slow down. Wait.
You talking about A&M?
I just want to know what back-to-back championships we're talking about.
I also want to know what...
All I know is they more. All I know is, bro, they more complimentary.
I can say I'm wrong.
No, listen, look. All I know is they more complimentary than
I
anything.
agree with
What
I'm trying to tell y'all
I agree
is
with that.
Castle, if y'all remember when he got drafted, his whole thing was, I want a team that's going to allow me to play point guard. What I'm saying is he has to accept the fact that he's never going to be the point guard. If he accepts that, the Spurs are going to be probably in that Western Conference Finals in the next 3 or 4 years.
So it's zero chance that Castle could play point guard better than Fox and Harper. That's what you're
exactly what I'm
saying.
saying. That's 100% what I'm saying.
That's a projection. That's what I've been telling you. And you might be correct on your
He is
projection.
correct on that.
You might be 100% correct, but that's a projection, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Castle came out saying
Like, he wasn't even really a point like that anyway.
You hear me, Shane?
When I seen y'all playing y'all best basketball, it was with Castle playmaking this season.
Oh, for sure.
That's my opinion, bro.
Yeah, because you playing with Johnson and Bassel, hell yes.
Yeah, and listen, okay, I'm not. No, wait.
Okay, now I get to pass it to Harper, nigga. Yeah, now I get to pass it to Fox.
Why do you think they went out and got Fox?
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't get De'Aaron Fox if you can't pass it. And you don't drive
Bro, I'm trying to explain. Okay, listen, let me explain this one thing.
De'Aaron Fox, and then they drafted another
one thing, right? Right. Let me say this one thing, bro. De'Aaron Fox was a shooting guard all through middle school basketball because the football person I trained, Josh Williams, was the point guard of their team who played running back at LSU. So what I'm telling y'all is he's a combo guard. He's more of a shooting guard than a point guard. He was playing.
We're not just
in that red jersey in high school. He was playing point guard.
I'm not really following what
does middle school basketball got to do with it?
No, I guess
because he didn't play it in high school either. If you watch him in high school, he had another point guard next to him. He was a combo guard.
When he played in Kentucky,
one season, you want to be a
I think the conversation's been lost. We're not arguing that De'Aaron Fox is not a combo guard.
Yeah. So why they can't coexist?
No, that's not the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to make.
De'Aaron Fox has been on record saying he's still learning how to play point guard.
But that's not. I don't think that's the point I'm trying to make, fellas. Is again. And I want to be clear, Castle is a fantastic decision maker. He has a very high basketball IQ. What I'm trying to say is that Dylan Harper he's the point guard. He's not a point guard. And you all will see what I'm talking about. And again, I'm bringing up Cade, I'm bringing up Harden, I'm bringing up these guys. First of all, Dylan Harper is nothing like James Harden. That's a bad comparison. Yeah. He doesn't even look at basketball the same way as James Harden. So put James Harden to the side. But Cade Cunningham is a shooting guard who just happens to be the best passer.
No, Gabe been playing point guard his whole life. I swear to God.
Yeah, he has. And do you understand?
We got plenty of trying to tell y'all. Y'all got plenty of we have seen like no lie. We've been keeping up with Gabe since he was a little kid. I have seen plenty of people who are playing position their whole life that don't know
Cade always been that big point guard.
And why did the Pistons
win 14 games with him playing that traditional point guard role? But when JB came in and made him off the ball and made him start
in a high post situation,
they won 45
off the ball.
Oh my God!
Do y'all not watch the Pistons play?
No, they don't.
Bro, he probably off the ball 10 to 15 possessions a game.
Not understand.
That nigga still bring the ball up.
We used to run up.
Point guard.
I said that earlier and y'all was arguing. Who the point guard? Who the point guard then? Who the point guard?
I'm trying to say.
Let me break it down on the Pistons.
When Monty Williams was coaching the Pistons, he tried to run the same offense that he ran with Chris Paul, with Cade running pick and roll and just making decisions. The Pistons couldn't score. They literally couldn't score. So JB comes in, they change the offense to a traditional motion offense, and they take Cade. Now he brings the ball up, but when he gets across half, they immediately get the ball in somebody else's hands, and he runs off-ball actions like a shooting guard, D.A. Jones, etc.
So I don't think that's like the shooting.
No, you're not listening.
I'm saying the reason he's trying to be a player
and isolate.
They're trying to make him a scorer,
they want him to be the primary scorer in offense. Whereas last year,
no, I think they want him to get a primary decision-making attack at the basket in the best situation. And if it's a pass it. Right. If it's a score,
right. Again, it's where he starts to act